Hello and welcome to another episode of BTY. My name is Michael, and as always, joined by my good friend Dania. And we wanted to have an open conversation as we sit here on the rocks on the beach of Luderitz here in Namibia. We wanted to just reflect, as people who like to talk about self-improvement and promote it so much, on what it has actually done for us.
Yeah. So when I look back at self-improvement, this is something like we've probably mentioned before. We talked about it at grade 11 to 12, and that's when we actually started getting into it. So in your life, Michael, I've seen that, you've been able to get your degree now. You've been able to just do different things and even become a leader at youth. And how has this self-improvement contributed to where you are now and what you've achieved so far in life?
Yeah, so before I got into this, we always talk about it, but I was very like a shy person.
Yeah.
And I had low self-esteem, 100%. And I think that was the biggest thing of overcoming that and starting to value myself more. Because, the popular quote is that people aren't going to value you or love you if you don't love yourself. You don't value yourself. So what it definitely provided for me was that ability to love myself, to value myself. And, you don't want to be someone who's self-centered, but you actually have to love yourself to a certain extent. You do. And we all do love ourselves. Otherwise you wouldn't take care of yourself. You wouldn't feed yourself. So that's what's allowed me to, like you say, take those steps to, start to take positive steps in my career.
Yeah.
Starting BTY, I think it's underrated how much that's pushed us on the self-improvement journey.
Yeah.
Because if we didn't have, a video to post every week, what's the motivation to stay on it for longer than 1 or 2 years, apart from the results that you do see in your life. So that's been a big motivational factor for sure. But I think that's definitely what it just provided me with, is that ability to not see myself as less than others. And because of that, believe that I can reach heights, and there's still many more heights that I want to reach in my life. But that's what it's done for me in my life.
Yeah.
And for yourself, what would you say has been the biggest benefit of working on yourself daily, as we like to say, being better than yesterday?
Yeah, so similar to that what you've said is it's given me a lot of respect, or for myself at least. I've been able to grow to a certain point that I'm able to take positive decisions for myself, where I don't have to confide or succumb to what someone else tells me to do. I can literally say, no, I don't want to do this because I don't see it as something cool. And I think before that, I might have just jumped on the latest trend
100%.
to gain someone's respect or attention. But now, even if something is trendy but I don't like it, I don't jump onto it. What it's also done is in church, I've been able to get good leadership positions. And that's because I've grown to a point now where I'm able to serve others, but without it becoming a big issue for myself personally, where I have to degrade myself to serve others, but I can still take value in serving others, but serving myself as well, because they say you can't pour from an empty cup. And then some of like personal achievements I would say that has come from this is I've been able to not give up with a lot of things in life, because what self-improvement has done, it's given us this long-term mindset where even with BTY, the first year we weren't that big.
Probably around 80 subscribers in the year or so.
Yeah. But we were able to do that consistently. And now BTY is starting to bear fruits. We've been able to have some conferences and have people gain value from this. And it brings a lot of fulfillment. So I must say, it gives me a reason to want to do better every day. Self-improvement is, you have a growth mindset and you're not fixed on your shortcomings, but you're always able to work past them and grow in it. So you don't keep yourself stuck in one box.
At the end of the day, what is self-improvement? It's just like an approach to life.
Yeah.
It's not even something it's not something tangible.
It's a lifestyle.
But like you say, it's the way that it's almost the mindset that you wake up with in the morning, It changes from let me like scroll on Instagram for the first half an hour of the day. Although sometimes we can still end up doing that, you know what I mean? But it's that drive inside of you to want to improve. And there's many reasons why you might want to do that, but I think at the end of the day, we're just trying to build a life for yourself that you'll enjoy. I think that's what every human on this earth is trying to do, is find happiness. But as we've heard from guys like Jordan Peterson before, purpose is actually something better than happiness. So in self-improvement, I think you find purpose because you are seeing results of where you were the day before, and you have a goal of being better than that, and in that you find purpose.
And I think the last point that's also very important that I've seen and in our lives, I think we are still at a place where it's now getting to a point that we can start taking action on these things that we've learned over the last couple of years, certain books that we've read, certain ways of handling finances. So with self-improvement, you don't necessarily see, like you said, tangible results from the start. But if you keep up on it, after a couple more years, we might be in a different place. I mean, today, Michael can come and visit me here in Namibia because he's able to work from home and be able to work here at a different location. He's got that freedom, and that's also something we want to push here on BTY, that you don't have to conform to the natural way of doing things, or
exactly that,
like the average 9 to 5. It's not a bad thing. Some people like it, but there is different ways of making money and still being able to live life and live it in a different sense. So I think lastly, from the question you asked me, entrepreneurship, like this self-improvement is really driving me to want to take that next step, and after my studies get into entrepreneurship full-time and not go and work 9 to 5. And it's given me that courage to be able to try and do it, and if it doesn't work out, I can always go work a 9 to 5, but to be able to try and and do something different instead of just wondering what would have been.
I mean, it's pushed you in some ways then to become a creator. Because as an entrepreneur, you are a creator. You're creating an idea, you're creating employment, all of these things. So it's amazing to have a look back. Over the last couple of days, we were having a couple of conversations about how far we've come. But as the sun sets on us, we'll have to wrap it up there. But thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen to us and our thoughts, and let us know in the comments, and reach out to us and tell us what self-improvement has done for you.